Hi, welcome everyone. Today I would love to teach you the premise that your focus creates your reality. And I have my son Atlas here to help bring the premise to life. Welcome Atlas.
Hi.
Because the way the premise focus creates reality works is that we're either focused on our beliefs and assumptions, and when we are focused on our beliefs and assumptions, we create the reality of survival and struggle, or struggle and survival. Alternatively, when our focus is on our imagination and intuition, we create the reality of magic and effortlessness, because we focus our imagination on the reality of what we would love. So what we're going to do today is do an exercise, as I said, to bring that premise to life for you. And the exercise we're doing together is called the Unbendable Arm Exercise. And it's in two parts. The first part, I'll be doing it with Atlas first, and then we'll swap and he'll do it with me. The first part is designed for Atlas to put his focus on his assumptions and to see what reality he creates. And then the second part is designed to put his focus in his imagination and then to see what reality he creates. So, ready?
Yeah.
Cool. So, I'm just going to instruct you how I'm doing this, because I would love you to do this at home. People say don't do this at home. Well, I would love you to do this at home. So I'm just going to instruct you. So if you could make a fist for me. And notice I'm just standing to the side of Atlas and I'm supporting his wrist and I'm supporting his elbow. It's really important that I frame this up, because I've noticed in the past when I haven't, people can stand in front, they can go like this and start dancing. So it's really important to stand to the side. That person's elbow is at a right angle, and you're supporting their wrist and their elbow. Okay? So what we're going to do is just spin around, because we've got a big window here that we want to focus on for the second part of the exercise. So just pivot to round. Okay. So now I want you to be as strong as you can.
Okay.
But I'm going to try to bend your arm, okay, as a result.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so what were you assuming? So your focus was on your assumptions. What were you assuming you needed to do to keep your arm straight?
It was very much that I needed to resist, that I needed to be strong. There was almost a predatory, almost animalistic type of thing going on. Kind of the fight part of the fight or flight instinct. And it was just really a struggle, like who's going to win, who's going to succeed.
So that was the reality that you created?
Yes.
Okay, great. So again, that first part of the exercise is designed to put your focus on your assumptions and to see what reality you create as a result, which was the reality of struggle. And what about this whole survival aspect? Did you feel like that came into it in the context of the exercise?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so the second part now is Atlas is going to shift his focus from his assumptions to his imagination.
I am?
You are, believe it or not. So, still make a fist again, same elbow at right angles, so, and again I'm still supporting Atlas's elbow and his wrist. So up to now your focus was in here, as you said, in resisting me. So now this time I want you to focus on something in the distance. So we have, actually you can't see it, we have a big window here in our lounge room that looks right out into nature. So what I want you to do is see something in nature that you love. Because what we're going to do is you're going to focus your imagination on what you love within this context. So what's something that you love that draws your attention?
The obvious thing for me is this kind of the top of this pine tree a bit away.
Oh, okay.
I do have a tendency to look at that when looking out the window, so I'll focus on that.
I see the pine tree, yeah, cool. Okay, so no matter what happens now, you just keep your focus on that pine tree. And now we're going to engage more of your imagination by imagining something that connects your fist in the line of sight to that pine tree. So you can imagine like a laser beam if you want. You can imagine that this your arm and if this is a water hose, or you can imagine being Spider-Man, whatever you want to imagine. Someone actually imagined that there was a rainbow connecting them to the thing they were focused on. So what would you love to imagine?
I think I'd actually like to try the rainbow one.
Okay, cool. Okay, so just keep focused on the top of the pine tree. No matter what happens, no matter what I do, you just keep imagining your rainbow reaching to that point. Okay?
Okay.
That's amazing. I'm really, really trying hard now. And you just... It's amazing the difference. Okay. So first of all, where was your focus that time?
My focus was with the rainbow going over the pine tree.
Cool.
And it definitely didn't feel as much like I had to resist or I had to beat you. It was really more of a sort of distant, relaxed feeling.
Okay. And what reality did you create?
You, as we saw, you didn't manage to bend my arm. Definitely like a reality where I was more at ease, wasn't so caught up with what's going on down here. Where it didn't feel like it mattered as much what was happening, and like if you managed to bend it or you didn't. It was just overall much nicer, really.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's actually a very common experience where in the first part of the exercise it really matters whether your arm bends or not. Whereas in the second part of the exercise, when you're focused, who cares? You know, you're playing a different game, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to swap. Because quite often when you're doing it with someone or when you're observing someone else do it, it's very easy to think or to assume that you're not trying very hard the second time to bend the arm, and that it's staged in some way or something. So what Atlas is going to do is attempt to bend my arm, and we'll do both parts with me so that he can have the experience of bending my arm, and I can have the experience of seeing what reality I create as a result of where my focus goes as well. Okay, so I'll face that way again. Okay. So you need to just step around there a bit, but not, yeah, that's it. Okay, so you have to just again instruct me to be as strong as you can. Yeah.
So, I want you to be as strong as you can. I'm going to try and bend your arm up.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Okay. So,
What was I assuming?
what were you assuming about me bending your arm?
Well, I definitely felt like I had to push down and resist you. Like, that the only way I could keep my arm straight was like my focus was here. It's like I was really pushing against you and I had to be strong. It was definitely about my strength.
Yeah.
That's the only way that I could resist you because you were using your strength against me.
Yeah.
Okay, and then that's the reality was definitely a struggle. But also I just kind of experienced here, like, you know, it was just, it felt very enclosed, almost trapped in a way, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I experienced. Okay, should we do the second part?
Okay. So, what can you see in the distance through the window?
Oh, well, there's actually a beautiful Scots pine that I can see there that I just love, actually. It's really beautiful, so I'm going to imagine that, focusing on that.
So, you can imagine something like sort of coming from your hand to connect to what it is you're focusing on.
Okay.
What would you like to imagine?
I think I want to imagine a water hose
Okay.
because it's summer outside and it looks like it needs some watering. So it's my imaginary water, I think, would really help the tree. Okay?
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing difference. So we can look back at the camera now.
Right. So what assumptions did?
Well, I wasn't
came
making
to
any
your
assumptions. And this one is like you say, where was your focus?
Right. Where was your focus in this? one?
Well, it was definitely in my imagination. Like my focus was just out there in nature, just with the tree and with the beauty of nature, and I could see the clouds. It's like I could take in the whole picture actually. And it was just so lovely to just imagine that I was watering it. You know, it's like spraying water onto the scene. It was, and it was so much more expansive. Whereas before I was like really here and felt entrapped. Now I just felt free. I felt really expansive with my focus and my imagination. Rebecca.
It was literally there the entire time.
Oh, was he?
Yes, I was expecting you to focus on it.
We have a bird feeder outside, and the woodpecker has been coming, and he's such a shy bird, and he's been I didn't see him before, but suddenly I just saw him. So precious. He's got his little red cap on. Beautiful.
He was just calmly sitting there the entire time. I was like, okay, what are you going to focus on?
I was like out there, but again, I still got to experience him.
Yeah.
Because my imagination was out there, my focus was there. Whereas here, there's no way I'm going to get to experience the magic of the woodpecker. So, yes, a completely different reality. It felt very connected to you as well. Like it didn't feel like I was struggling with you. I didn't feel like there was any resistance. I could actually feel that you were trying to put some strength into it.
Yeah.
But it just didn't feel like it was a competition. I didn't feel like it was all about surviving a moment. It's amazing the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So there you go. So what I recommend you do is to do this at home, is find a friend. Feel free to use this video in the frame up of the video and to have that experience of bending your arm from your assumptions and seeing what reality you create when your focus is on your assumptions, and then shift your focus to your imagination. It's best if you look at something in the distance and preferably something in nature, because that really engages your own inner power and your own inner nature. And then imagine anything that connects you with that thing. It's whatever you feel compelled to imagine in that moment, and you'll experience a completely different reality. And then just make sure you swap as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed learning about the premise that focus creates reality. And feel free to share any of your insights from the experience in the comment section, or to ask me any questions as well. And if you love the videos that I'm creating and that Atlas and I are creating, I'd love you to subscribe to my channel. So thanks again for your time. Thank you for your time, Atlas.
You're welcome.
And I wish you all the best and have a magical life.